Hey, 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 welcome back. Welcome back to the Scorpio channel. My name is Laura. If you're new to the channel, I'm going to do a general message for Scorpio. Know that energy is fluid, roles could be reversed. Just interpret the message as it best resonates with you. Also, know on this channel and all my channels, I like to dive deep within the reading. So I do look at everything, but we take a lot more time to look at the spiritual blocks, the shadows, and see how they play out as karmic themes to help you understand why your person's doing what they're doing, why you're attracting that person into your life, and how you can shape shift the energy. If there's many different realities that play it at one time, why are you stuck in a reality that keeps you stuck in a place of disempowerment? You wouldn't want to do that. If you were aware of what it was, you would change it. And once you change the dynamic of the connection. And many times that allows you to either break that karmic cord. When you're connected to a karmic, it feels really intense. You really have strong feelings for that person. There's a sense of knowing. They almost feel like a twin flame. But when you learn the spiritual lesson, you see them differently, and that is actually what breaks that karmic cord. But if you don't learn the spiritual lesson, there's a sense of never really feeling like you can like break that karmic cord, where you always feel that person thinking about you. You always feel that person's energy around you. Once you see them differently, you're not tapped into them the way that you once were. You're not. And it's because, once a person shows you really who they are, if they need a lot of healing, they become a lot less attractive. And it's because you know already. You already know that whatever they showed you, the mask that they showed you when you first met them is exactly that, just a mask. That you fell in love with a non-existent person. Like whatever they showed you is what you fell in love with, but that's not a person. That's again a facade, an illusion, and an illusion because the person knows that they are inadequate. So once you see what's underneath that, you can't go back. So the word of the video is perseverance. So I feel like that is the underlining energy. And I feel like it's you. And I feel like you've gotten thrown like a lot of different like obstacles, like just loops that have prevented you or have made you feel like, hey, your progress is moving slowly within your career, within certain avenues, within your personal life, not relationship, but just your life. And you've been really working hard on it. But I also feel like this person was a constant challenge. It's again, they had the power to take you off your track. Like, and I feel like they did everything in their power to slow you down psychologically and emotionally. And that's why you don't like them, because it was all the manipulation that you saw. You were like, I'm not really asking you for anything. It's like, I'm asking you to show up. I'm asking you to be a partner, be a friend, and the resistance that you got, and then the obstacles. This person wanted you to chase them. They wanted you to give them energy. They wanted you to make sure that they felt secure in the relationship. They weren't paying attention about you. And so again, if you would have put all your time and energy into them, you wouldn't have like been on the verge of succeeding, because I feel like things are happening for you. We're going to actually look and see what's going on with that, but we're going to first take a peek and see what this person did when you were dealing with them. Like you just felt unsafe, and it's because this person just psychologically and emotionally continued to gaslight you and talking to other people, and just, I feel like you just didn't feel safe with them because they were continuously lying, and you didn't know who they were dealing with. What you knew is that and unsafe too is if you're trying to create something for your life and it's your stability, it's what's gonna put food in your mouth and be able to have a roof over your head. And this person is like creating so much drama with other people, then potentially it can affect you, is what you felt. You felt unsafe because of this person's choices that they made. And then, because you're not going to go along with whatever they want to go along with, which is, I want to see you when I want to see you, I want to treat you the way I want to treat you. Well, then you're going to get ignored. And you're like, so you're not really offering me anything again because you felt like you were kept out of this person's life. And what they would do is just gaslight. And over time, like I said, the passion started to go from the relationship. So the only thing that was really there is what you're seeing is like, wait a minute, at one time you thought that this was like a soulmate twin flame type of connection. There was a lot of passion, there was a lot of chemistry there, but this person never let you get up close because were never who they claimed to be. So that was why they didn't do it. However, once you saw that, it's again, the attraction is gone. That ESP connection through the heart and mind transcends time and space. Okay, there was a lot of passion in this connection. There was a lot of chemistry. There was that, like, this was what you both thought was a twin flame connection. This person just played too many games, and you were like, I'm not choosing between my career and you. I'm not choosing between that. If you want me to chase after you, you want to create drama. So it created trust issues. You felt unsafe because it's like, I don't know, you're talking to somebody else. You're not making me feel secure. You're not showing up for me when I ask you to show up. You don't contribute anything to the connection. And, you want to like emotionally like throw me off track. Like, and yes, this person kind of did. They wanted to slow you down because whatever you're doing in your life, they know is going to take you away. Which anything that we put time and energy to creates a life. God makes a way where there is no way through your passions, through where you're putting your time, your energy. This person almost put themselves in competition with your job. Like it's almost like, no, I want you to run after me. I want you to give me the time. Like you have too much time for work. Oh, you're not going to go along with what I do or what I tell you to do. Well, then I'm not going to talk to you. Now I'm going to give you the silent treatment. So again, you saw this person's just childish, like insecure ways of just everything needed to be their way. Like if this person has fear of change, and so they again create the illusion that they're somebody that they're not. And that's what I was saying. It's like, so what you're seeing is, well, this connection was just purely physical, that this person like just has a lot of fear when it comes to relationships and anxiety. And so yes, there was a past life connection, but it goes back to this. It was all about the physical connection. They wouldn't let it grow to anything else. They wouldn't, again, putting you in a place of disempowerment. I feel like for some, yeah, some might have grown up in a very toxic environment where, again, there's a lot of family patterns, but this person needs healing because they continually project their wounding onto whoever they're with, and they don't really have relationships. What they have is karmic contracts because this person's lazy. That's the thing. You didn't really ask them for anything. And the fact that they couldn't really show up and they really couldn't give you the bare minimum, and that's because they're running around trying to like, talk to other people and water the grass everywhere else to make you perceive, something. They knew that this was a past life connection. Again, the chemistry is just not enough. because over time, this person just kept letting you down, kept letting you down. They're not showing up for you. They're not, they say one thing, they do something else. They talk to somebody else. So you, of course, you don't feel safe. You're like, you're talking to other people. What are you going to get a disease? Because you're not giving me the time. So you're clearly giving the time to somebody else because they're giving you something. So what, then you think that you're going to come back to me when you feel like it? Sometimes, and it's like you're like, no, I'm not. You're lazy. You don't want to put any effort in. You don't put any energy in. You don't care. And if anything, you were starting to get angry. You're like, and you, what you know is if you're trying to manifest something and you're angry all the time, you're not going to get good results. So this is how this person was like, okay, well, you're not going to give me what I want. I'm still not going to give you anything. I'm going to deliberately go out of my way to try to get underneath your skin because I know that you have feelings for me so that I emotionally manipulate you, trigger you, again, psychologically abuse you so that you don't focus on your career. Don't focus on this for you. This person wants full control. They want dominance, and they weren't ready to really fully be in your life. So it's again, this person feels inadequate, and that's also here it is. Whatever you're doing, you're thriving in. This person, I don't really feel like they're putting an awful lot of attention onto controlling you. Even though they're not giving you anything, it takes a lot of time and energy to psychologically and strategize and do all this. It's like they're obsessive about controlling you, again, about being the authority over you. And it's almost like they get paranoid. Like, oh my God, like you're going to create a life and I'm not going to be a part of that life. So they're stressed out. But the truth of the matter is that this person has a lot of burdens. And I feel like burdens from other relationships. So it's like, again, they don't really want you to conform. They want you to conform. They don't really want you to have your own voice. They don't really want you to, again, they have money issues. So if you, again, all of a sudden do really well in your career, then you're going to look at them and say, I could actually be with someone better than you. And for a matter of fact, you've done a lot of things already where I don't really trust you. It's like you don't really treat me in a good way. This person like continually at one point made you feel rejected. So, there's all that where it's like, well, this is why they keep trying to like prevent you from moving forward in your career because of the what or hobby or there's some sort of passion, something that's that's gonna take you away from them, that's gonna be able to create a world, like almost like an upgrade in life. And you're on the verge of it. Woo! Uh, let me see. I just dropped like too many to actually read, but I'll put them back in the deck. That's the thing. This deck has like 300 cards in it. So it's like like a lot of cards, maybe not 300, but at least like 200 and something. And it's like the deck is so gigantic. All right, let's see. What is on the verge of you? What I want to know what this person's like afraid of, like what they see, why they know. It's again that something is on the horizon for you. So again, like you've been working on something for a long time. So it's been developing over time. And it's almost like you're just in the end phasing of like refinement of it. But again, this is something that you've been working on and cultivating for a long time, develop over time. And so they just can see it. They're like watching. So you might be working on a career, like so there's some opportunity and they just see it. Um, and they see that you're getting support. They see that now you have support. So some of you might have like joined like groups, networking groups that are now helping you. Like you've put yourself in like into like a business mind where you're making the right connections. And so this is why this person says, "Oh," and they see you socializing more. So you're socializing and you're continually meeting new people, and they know that you're making the right connections. So again, I feel like for some of you, you joined a business group, networking, there's help. And again, they just feel like you have a lot of talent. You have a lot of talent. You've been putting a lot of effort. It's like, and that's really what it is. It's the talent. It's that they see that people are finding you very talented, whatever it is that you're doing. They're seeing you're networking, you're out there, that this is how it happens. And that the universe is with you again, and we see creation like, so it's almost like the divine is with you, like it's like you are making like things happen, and there's a creative force that's behind you, like I said. So this person is like knows you're going to leave them behind. They're really fearful because what they see is, oh, well, you're not connected to anybody. You're out and about. You're meeting all these different people. You're networking. And a wish granted. Like I said, they know it. They already know that, it's like that you're creating an enterprise, that it's again, and that whatever you're doing, it's rare. It's creating so much like talk. People are recognizing you. You're not hiding. So maybe at one time you weren't as interactive. You didn't hang out in certain circles. I think it's also like this new crowd that this person sees that you're hanging out with, and they see that you're a really good catch, where at one time they wanted to act as if you weren't a good catch. And so it's like, it's all of it. It's what you're doing, it's the attention that you're getting, it's the effort that you're putting in, that this person just feels it again and knows that you're brilliant, knows that you're brilliant. Okay. So, and the thing is, the truth of the matter is, this person really does feel like you're a soulmate. And now it's like almost like they have attraction like for who you are now. Where I don't know whether they had as much attraction for you when they first met you. When they first met you, I feel like they perceived you to be someone that you weren't. They saw that you were working really hard. I feel like this person didn't have faith in what you were doing. They didn't think that other people were going to like what you were doing. And what it is it's almost like whatever it is that you're doing, it's like it's rare and it's different, and it's almost like it's edgy, and it's almost like this person is like you're getting recognized, you're in the right circles, you're leaving them behind. It's almost like, and this is a public speaking, so it's almost like you're making what, again, whatever it is that you're doing is known, it's current, it's hot, it's edgy, it's being talked about. This, so to the point that it actually got back to this person, and they can see it. So again, that you're gonna leave this person behind, you're moving on. This is what this person knows, because again, it's whatever you're doing. So it's almost like this person wants to work on something with you. Now they want to, but the bottom line is the whole time they were a loner. They didn't want to do anything. So it's almost like this person is going to try and come back into your life because of everything that's going on in your life. Almost like, again, they see that you're going to get a harvest, that you're going to get a big payout. You're going to get, again, so this person is like, I can come in and I can help you and like be consistent. This is, and help you. But I feel like, again, you're like, I don't really want this because you played too many games. So maybe at one time you used to talk to this person about what you were doing, and you used to say, yeah, and you and I will do like, and you can help me with this, and you can. So they always thought that they would have that place. And what they're seeing is, you're actually going to move on without them. And so this is freaking them out because they're not just losing you, they're losing an opportunity to create a whole new life with you. But they didn't have faith in you. They were too lazy. They wanted things their way. They wanted to put you in a common contract and again project. So they can't do that. So this is why they know that you're not really going to let them do anything with them. So their way is to try and kind of come in and sabotage it or slow you down because or convince you to let them in on it. And that's the thing. So because they see the pearl, they see again this person like just has this connection to you. So they always had this spiritual connection, and again, this spiritual force. But what you're seeing is like there's a lot of layers within this person, and you don't like those layers. And what this person sees is that there's a lot of layers within inside of you, and they're liking those layers more and more. So again, this person didn't take the time to get to know you. They kept it an illusion, made you perceive that they were someone that they're not. Now you see them for who they are. Now they actually see you for who you are. The tables have turned. Now you're like, I don't really like what I see here. And this person is in love with what they see. And they're like, I don't want you to move on. It's like, and I can see the writings on the wall. You are moving on. And so again, it's actually pushing this person into a place of transformation. But I feel like it's because, hey, you already like rose from the ashes. When this person like jerked you around and they weren't giving you time, it's not like you didn't go through a heartache. You did, but you ascended. And it's almost like this person is thinking that they can come back in. You're like a master of what you're creating and what you're doing. This person wants to come in and give you a message. They want to fix what they broke. They're worried because again, they kind of already know that it's no, but it's like they have nothing to lose, so it's just a roll of the dice. But they know by the time that they come back that it's a done deal because you're already in a new energy. You already see them for who they are. So they know it, but I do feel like this person is going to try and come back into your life to just like kind of like throw a monkey wrench into your thing. They're going to say that they're sorry. They're going to, try and talk to you. But the truth of the matter is that they see you moving on and they don't like it. So they're like, if you have any feeling for me at all, maybe that'll slow you down. Maybe I can make you feel sorry for me. Maybe, maybe, maybe. And that's like, they're like, I have absolutely nothing to lose. So this is where they are. But you already, like I said, you already pretty much made up your mind. Like I said, after this person did what they did, chose not to be there, didn't have faith in what you were doing. Now they see you for who you are. And it's terrifying them because they're like, wait a minute, the whole time you were there, the whole time it's like, and now they're seeing everybody else loves you. Everybody else is loving what you're doing, that what you're doing is like, isn't getting a lot of attention. This person is like, they're pissed because they're like, oh, you're going to leave me behind. It's like, but hey, they had no problem leaving you behind and treating you badly. And that's the thing. They don't like that they're getting back exactly what they gave. So we have to say, why did you attract this person into your life? We look at the first card, look, magic. Second card, suppression. Fourth card, frustration. Fifth card, discipline. Sixth card, neglect. One, two, three, four, five, and one more is water. So it's pretty obvious, and actually, it didn't even need cards. But we always look at the inner child wound cards, and I say we didn't even need cards because, like, you could figure why you would attract this person into your life is that you always had magic. You were always able to manifest out of nothing. It's again, you're always a highly sensitive person. You're always able to, you know, like I said, you're always different and in able to again to create and do things. However, I feel like growing up, there was a lot of suppression of that. And part of that is because, hey, you felt like your emotional needs, your physical needs, your needs just were not met. You were neglected. So you might have grew up in an alcoholic home with one parent. You might have grown up with like in a situation where you pretty much just had to fend for yourself to figure it out. And that's when a parent, you know, doesn't give a child lunch money. And the child has to figure out how they're going to come pay for lunch because they're starving, or they need things like new shoes or a bra or underwear or clothes, and they're getting yelled at because they're an inconvenience because again they need to be bought because they're growing up with a very angry parent that doesn't have enough, that makes them feel as if they're an inconvenience. That could be another one. There's millions. This is a collective reading, but again, growing up in that environment where the child feels neglected emotionally, psychologically. They're not gonna then discipline themselves. They're not. What they're going to do is they're gonna stay in a place of frustration. They're going to stay in a place of feeling like there's something wrong with them because every time they try to create, what happens is that it's suppressed, it's squashed, and it might be by, hey, you take a course or you do something that you're proud of, and that parent or that sibling or that teacher or whoever it was that was supposed to give you love and support turns around and they downplay it or they ignore it. So, like, no matter what you do, no one acknowledges what you do. So, it's a gaslight. It's like if I pretend that you don't do anything, like it's not really that big of a deal, like I'm going to ignore what you do, then over time you're going to think that it's shit too. So if a parent never says, "Oh, that's great," like you wrote a book or you created something and you never get acknowledgement for it, it's a way of suppressing you psychologically and emotionally because what they're saying is, oh, what you do doesn't really matter. It's not really important. It's not good enough. It's not. So when that happens, well, then again, the child then tends to neglect that. They don't feed. But the child that survives thrives because this magic card says again that there was real neglect. There was psychological and emotional neglect. When it came to your individuality, the second chakra we know is that water element, and we know that we go with the flow of life through our unique individuality. When someone is telling us who we are, or they're gaslighting the environment to make us have habits and behaviorism so we walk from a level of consciousness that's more in alignment with what that person is saying that we are, well, we're definitely not creating. We're definitely not pouring into ourselves. Then we're looking for the answers outside of ourselves, as a way because we feel like there's something wrong because life becomes very difficult. It's frustrating. If you have a parent that's bullying you, they're psychologically and emotionally gaslighting you, again, like narcissistic behavior, for those of you that grew up with a narcissistic parent, for those of you that grew up like in a parent with a parent that was just always angry and rageful, or just a parent that is full of anxiety, because anxiety can come across as anger and rage when it's just like extreme fear. Nevertheless, your individuality of who you like who you perceive that you were was distorted due to again that person. So spirit said, so you retreated inside of yourself. So you didn't really pour enough into creating anything because again, you retreated inside yourself. But again, you're very psychic and you are able to imagine things, and so you're able to manifest things. And so you've always had this capability because of that environment. Just sometimes you would manifest things that you didn't really want because you didn't realize you were focusing on that more than creating yourself. It's almost like you learned from this situation. I'm not going to focus on what you do. You want to emotionally and psychologically throw me off my path because you're psychic. Like I said, you knew what they were doing. You're like, no, I'm going to put the energy into myself. And what happened is because you already have that psychic ability, that third eye, where you're able to imagine something and actually manifest it. This is why this person is now there. Now they see your vision. So understand, the universe didn't let this person see your vision because the universe said, oh, this person's not on your level. They're pretending to be on your level. Remember, you fell in love with an illusion. That person was never them. That's why they kept you out. So now that they don't really have what you have, now they liking what you have. Now they're like, oh, now you're good enough for me. And now you're like, but you're not good enough for me. And that's really the issue. It's like you can't unsee what you saw. Like you already, this person already did that. They already, took it there. So you're like, well, can't do anything about that now. You made this happen this way. So we have to say, well, now that you're not going to be in this connection, this person's going to take a roll of the dice, but you're still going to say no. They know that's what's so crazy. They know that you're going to say no. They're just like, but maybe I can make you feel bad about it. And again, and that also is emotional manipulation to, hey, that's going to slow you down. Maybe I can change your mind. Again, I don't know. I have absolutely nothing to lose. And so we say again, what did you attract this person? We know why, but what are you supposed to do with that negative energy? And Spirit says alchemize it. Use the power to turn adversity into opportunity. And that's what you did. You were like, oh, you're gonna play games with me, you're gonna not give me anything, you're gonna act like I'm a piece of crap. That what I'm asking for is too much. You're gonna play these games with me. What you did was you took your power back. You alchemized it right in front of this person, and that's what they see, and that's why they're like, whoa, they didn't think. You have the courage to act from a place of love instead of fear. So again, and that's what you did. You didn't turn on this person, you didn't scream at this person. What you did was you created. And it pushed you onto your path. Again, it's like you're listening to your own soul that's guiding you. And that's why this person can't really jeopardize it. They can't really do anything. You know what I mean? They can't, the more that they would want to do it, they can't do it. And they can't do it because, you're feeding yourself. When you're on your path and you're creating and you're meeting all these different people, it's feeding you with energy. This person, now you have something to compare to, too. And then you're like, again, I'm around these people that are feeding me. I'm creating something. I'm high vibe. And this person, now you could see, oh, you were counterfeit the whole time. If you really want to know. So we look and we see again transformation. Again, transfers into strength. And don't worry, you have a guardian angel. Like, and again, this was all about learning how to flow with grace, navigate difficulties with calm and acceptance, be at peace with yourself. And that's what this person taught you how to do. I feel like when you grew up, you were so suppressed, you weren't able to ever really manifest. And you weren't able to manifest because you had someone continuously suppressing you, stopping you, preventing you from moving forward, like in a way, and that could be psychologically, emotionally. Nevertheless, Your focus wasn't on creating. However, you did retreat inside yourself. You did, again, the child that survives thrives. So, because again, through the imagination, through that psychic realm. So, again, it's like almost now brings you up to this point and this person triggers all those feelings, all those emotions, but this time, instead of handling it the way that you did as a child, where you retreated inward and you didn't put the energy into yourself, you didn't discipline yourself, you might have again looked for that emotional support outside of you, and again, wasn't as present due to that trauma. Well, it's again, this time what they did was they pushed you and they pushed you into full transformation, into alchemizing that energy. And that's why this person is like, what the fuck happened? You're no longer the same person. And you're like, no. Thank you so very much because you are actually in a better energy and that's what they see. And now, again, now they're really attracted. That's to the point that they're like, I know it's not going to work out, but I'm still going to come back. Where when you were asking this person to come back, they were like, nah, I think that the grass is greener somewhere else. Or, nah, I can get better options. And now what they see is you're the only option that they want and the voice of the heart. Silence the fear in you and discover the voice of your heart. The fruit of these words guides you. Trust the song of your soul. Your intuition leads you on the path to light. So, Spirit saying, keep doing what you're doing. The path to love, I always believe, is all about giving and receiving of love through your free will. That's what's happening for you. This person sees it. They see you making the right connections. They see that you have a lot of support, and this person was no support. So they're really feeling like a dumbass. They are because hey, they had you right here, and they blew it. I'm going to leave that there. You let me know how you resonated with this. I love you guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.